I'd like to speak about HCON Res 129, which calls upon Germany to fully fund the needs of aging Holocaust survivors. I'd like to start by thanking my friend, Chairman Emeritus Ross Lehtinen, for partnering with me in this effort and for her long-standing commitment to championing the needs of Holocaust survivors. I also want to acknowledge the efforts of so many of our constituents, Mr. Ross Lehtinen's and my own, who have on their own come to Washington over the years to talk about the difficulties that they and so many others face. In particular, Jack Rubin, a constituent and friend who has testified in this body before, deserves thanks for his tireless advocacy on behalf of survivors. One of the great privileges I have serving in Congress is representing a large number of Holocaust survivors. And earlier this month, I attended a Yom HaShoah, a Holocaust Remembrance Day ceremony in my district. I've been attending these ceremonies for more than a decade. And every year, there are more and more empty seats. A constituent of mine recently told me that it feels like every day he gets a call to attend another funeral of a survivor. In short, the survivor population is aging and their needs are increasing. And unfortunately, for the roughly 100,000 survivors living in the United States, tens of thousands of them live in poverty. They cannot afford and thus do not receive sufficient medical care, home care, and other vital life-sustaining services. Today we have a chance to ensure that this population, these survivors who made it through the darkest time in history, can live out their lives with the dignity they so deserve. For decades, the German government has remained committed to funding survivor needs through annual negotiations and appropriations. And we appreciate this ongoing commitment. I know that this is an issue that Chancellor Merkel cares deeply about, as she has personally reaffirmed that commitment to me. Unfortunately, despite the payments of the German government throughout the years, significant gaps in survivor care remain, and German officials have acknowledged this shortfall. The shortfall is the most dramatic when it comes to home care. For survivors, the need to stay in their homes as they age is critical. As they approach their late 80s and 90s and beyond, they rely more on home care services. Under the current system, home care is capped so that even the most infirm, isolated, and poor Nazi victims can receive only a maximum of 25 hours of home care. This amounts to 5 hours a day, 5 days a week. In addition, current funding is inadequate to provide for additional hours. Take, for example, a constituent of mine who is 91 years old and survived Bergen-Belsen. He fell last month and suffered a fracture followed by rehabilitation. He likely needs a bone procedure on his back due to the recent fall, and he has suffered from other debilitating circumstances in the past that has limited his mobility ever since. He requires assistance with all activities of daily living. He and his wife share a total of 48 hours a week of home care, but as a result of the recent circumstances and his overall medical history, he needs round-the-clock care, and it is frankly unconscionable that he does not receive it and that his hours are limited. Now, many of those who survived also lack family support to help them with their daily needs. They need transportation to doctor's appointments or help preparing meals. They deserve to be able to access the most basic care. They deserve to be able to meet their mental and medical health needs. Now, thankfully, we have the opportunity right now to alleviate the suffering of Holocaust survivors. There are negotiations ongoing right now with the German government, and this is possibly the last opportunity for Germany to reaffirm its commitment to comprehensively address the unique health and welfare needs of vulnerable Holocaust victims by increasing funding for survivor care so that every survivor can have his or her needs met. Now, no amount of money can ever erase the horrors faced by Nazi victims, but there is a moral responsibility to ensure that they can receive the vital services and the medical care to live out the remainder of their days with dignity and in comfort. Mr. Chairman, the resolution before us today urges the German government to fulfill its moral and financial commitment to the victims of the Holocaust. It puts Congress on record declaring that the time to act is now, and we will fight and watch until this is done. No more limitations on home care hours. Fund the needs, all of them. Complete the negotiations. The time for meaningful action is now, and I urge my colleagues to support this resolution. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.